actually, my first question for you is about your name. Who did choose your name?
Well, I guess that my mom got it for me. And in Vietnamese, we don't really care about the meaning of the name. And also, my name have no meaning in Vietnamese.
Yeah.
It just sounds good. I think so.
Ah, that's interesting. So I think rhythm, maybe a good rhythm, a good sound is important. So no matter what does it mean? Yeah, okay, very good. Just, here, of course, you can say my mom got it, but it's better to use passive. So my name, okay, was chosen by mom. So it's better to use passive form of it. It's, okay, tell me about nickname. Do you have any nicknames?
Well, not really, because my name is quite easy to call. So everyone just call me by my real name, huh?
Yeah, of course, very good. Well, and have you ever thought about changing your name?
Well, before when I was in like primary school, um, I thought that my name is not girly enough, so I might prefer something like sounds more girly. But now I realize that my name is beautiful, and I like that since then.
Of course, very good. Well, and just, I'm asking, I know that you can answer all these questions, but you know that family is another topic, common topic in our speaking. So actually, I want to ask you a few questions related to family, your name, and family members step by step. Just, but of course, I know the answer, but I want you to make your answer again. So could you tell me where you are from?
Sorry, can you repeat
Could you
that?
tell me where you are from?
I'm from Vietnam. I was born and raised in Vietnam.
Very good. So it's not enough. I wanted to say this, that of course, you know the answer, but if you're asked this question, as you know, you need to give more explanation. For example, I was born and raised, for example, I hail, okay, from a coastal city, or for example, a small town, or for example, a big city in south of Vietnam or something like this. But I grew up in another city, or no, I was born and raised. So that's really important to give some details. And so like you can use, let me share my screen so that you can see the board. Oh. Okay. Just start sharing. I need some. Okay. Okay, now I have enough. Okay, room to write. Well, as I told you, so the first and the easiest one I come from, so that's really easy to say I come from. I was born and raised, so I was born and raised, so it's okay. Or I hail from, okay, coastal city somewhere. Or for example, I come from, so you can use all that phrases, they're all the same, so you can use all of them. Well, and just don't forget about giving a bit, a little detail about the place that you were born and of course you live. If they're the same, if they're different, well, so let's get started with the topic of today, that is family. Okay, so how many people are there in your immediate family?
Well, currently my family consists of four members, and they are my grandmother, my mom, me, and my sister.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so consists of good. So you can also say the word makeup, or for example, four people make up my family. It's okay. And another one, if you want to say, for example, how many people, you can say there are, for example, 4 of us. There are 4 of us in my family, like, including my mom, dad, me, and my sister. Okay, so another, I have 2 siblings, another one, so you know that you can also say siblings. I have 1 sibling or 2, so for example, my younger sister or my older sister, or of course, you're not only child, so it's not. Well, okay, so you can also, you know that we have my close family, that is your immediate family. So it's not bad, including your parents, grandparents, sibling. Just this, your close family. So my close family, my immediate family make up, okay, there are 4 people. So for example, include 4 people. There are 4 of us in my immediate family. 4 people make up my immediate family. So you can answer this way. Well, okay, let's keep going with the next question. So tell me, I want to ask you about actually your, I think your relationship and family. How do you get along to each other? So tell me, do you get along well or no?
Yeah, and especially I really close with my mom because she's not um, um, well, I may say that uh, we go we get along well together because now my sister currently she's absent for going abroad, so there's only me and my mom are I
So
um
you're really close.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So you can say, of course, if you are a close family, I'm sorry, I need to, okay. If you are a close family, like close-knit family, you support each other, you, for example, you're really close, just me and my mom or my mother and I, we get along well. So you don't need to say to each other or with each other, nothing, just we get along well or we get on well, so it's okay. Or you can say we are, or I come from a close-knit family. Close-knit family. It means you are supportive, you support each other, you're close, so you have really close relationship. So you are close to your mom, a person you can confide in. You can tell your secrets. So everything, if you have any issues, anything that you need someone reliable to talk about your problems, everything, so you can confide in your mom. I normally confide in my mom. So another one, well, and especially because your sister needs to actually live far away, so that, of course, it makes your relationship closer. Well, okay. And the next one, the next question, tell me how much time do you spend with your family?
Well, currently because it's summer break, so I spend more time at home, and I spend more time with my mom, but only in the morning. So we tried to have breakfast together, because she would be so busy in the daytime, and sometimes she may go home late for her overload. So yeah,
Yeah,
so,
of course,
and
very,
at
yeah.
the weekend we try to spend some time together to hang out or to eat out in a nice restaurant.
Yeah, of course, very good. So when you say do you spend a lot of time or how much time, you can also, so as I realize you spend quality time because it's summer, so you have summer break, so you spend quality time with your family. So spend quality time with your mom, your family. Okay, so Well, and the next question, okay, that I want to ask you. Tell me about, yeah, we talked about, you know, having get together, so to be, okay. Well, and now I'm going to ask you another question. Just let me ask you, in part two, speaking part two, did we have any cue card about family or no? Family celebration or no? I don't remember anything about it, but if you remember, I think we didn't. But if you think
Yeah,
we
I
did,
don't really. I think we haven't done it.
we haven't, of course. Of course, I do agree with you. Yeah, I do agree because, you know, it was like if we did it or no. Well, okay, so let's talk about your last family party. So when, how, who?
Can you wait for me a minute to find some paper to write on?
Of course.
Okay. Done with preparing.
Okay, very good. Well, so just I was asking you, just this is part one, so you know that this part still part one, not part two. So I asked about your last party, a family party. I don't know,
Oh, so it's not
gathering.
part two.
No, 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 it's not. Just, you know,
Oh,
it's a
oh,
question. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
of course.
I thought it was part two,
When
so
did
I
you? Yeah,
meant to
just
do.
when did you have a family party? Just this as a part one.
Yeah. I guess the last time we get gathered together is for the Tet holiday in Vietnam, which is one of the most important occasions in my country. So it's basically a New Year Eve, and everyone um, have a week off from school and work, and we spend time together. And as other years, we went for traveling for 2 days,
Okay.
for 3 days, 2 nights, and it
Yeah,
was fun.
and so
And
just,
it
you
was
know,
fun.
yeah, of course, very good. So exceeded time limit, but that was really good. So this is part one, you know that we have only 20-25 seconds, so, but that was totally good. We went on traveling, of course it's correct. So we use it. We use it, we say, but you know, if I want to say it's good one, it's better not to say because this is IELTS. So in normal speaking, you say, I go traveling, it's okay, it's normal. But you know, in IELTS speaking, it's better not to say, it's just to travel. It's better. Or we went on a trip, we went on a journey or something like this, an outing, okay? Or we went on vacation, so we went on a vacation or something like this. But for traveling, it's better not to use any other words. It's just travel, okay? Well, so and you use together this word. So as I told you, I'm not sure if I told you get together.
Get together.
Just pay attention. If you use it this form, you can use it both form, noun or verb. So you can have a get together. Okay. If you want to write this way, okay, dash, have a get together, or you can get together. dash, so we don't need it in writing. Speaking is so both forms are reusable and you can use it. So as I remember, we had a get together at actually in TED holiday. It was like the most important maybe event in our country. So at just this, we had a lot, and you can say, for example, we had lots of snacks and cakes and something to share and lucky money because I knew about it.
Yeah.
Do you still
Right.
get lucky money? Let me ask you, do you still get? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm under 18 and of course I still get it. But it's funny that my sister is 10. She's 20 now, but because she's still in university, so
Ah,
she's once.
oh, so, but she gets. So it's something like after 18, no, you don't. But before under 18, you get this money. Yeah, it's something like for children.
Yeah, I guess it depends on each family traditions. Because
Ah,
my family consider that if we haven't got like husband or wife, we still a child, so we still get.
ah, it's a good one. I like the idea. I like this opinion. I think it's a really good one. So of course, why not? And that's interesting. I really like this actually tradition. It's like custom. That's really interesting. So as I know, in red envelope, right? You get
Yeah.
yeah, in red envelope because especially last TED holiday, I remember that most of my students, especially children, they told me, teacher, we could get some lucky money, and they were really happy. I think it's really cute. It's like, I think it's just like Christmas tree for us, like, last gifts, and it's really, I think, exciting. Well, okay, and just let me mention a few points and then we will move on to the second part. Okay, speaking part two. Well, how to say that, for example, you want to say that my sister lives away, okay, so that we can't meet each other a lot, okay? For example, she can't get to see family much. Okay, so how to answer when I ask you if you spend a lot of the or how much time do you spend, you can say, for example, yes, we discussed, yes, I spend plenty of time or quality time, so you can answer. For no, you have alternatives, but I give you two of them. For example, if you leave not the city, okay, for example, you can say my sister, okay, is miles away from, for example, from the family, so of course she can't. Why? Due to, for example, education, due to work or something like this. You can give the reason. Or another one, because actually we don't spend time and we can't because, I work, for example, in a different city. My sister works in a different city. And you can say, so she doesn't get to see my parents and my family. So she doesn't get to see the family. I don't know much due to her job. So these two phrases are phrases that you can use when giving negative answer about, spending time with family. Of course, just, two samples, like, two examples you can do another, make another sentences. Well, okay. And now, let me give you a few idioms. I think good one that you need to use. The first thing, because especially in part three, you need when something runs in the family. Do you have any idea about the meaning of it runs in the family? This is the first one that is really good one, and we use it. Do you have any idea about the meaning of this? Have you ever heard it? When something, for example, uh, common interest, the same interest run in the family. It means many people or family members have the same interest, follow the same, for example, or they trade the same, they have the same talent. If your dad likes music normally, maybe you as, I don't know, you can like it as well. So like this. So when something, it can be interest, characteristic, runs in family, it means many people in the family have this, I don't know, talent or like trade, not like this, okay? Interest. Well, so this is the first one. For example, and it can be actually it's something like something related to appearance, not only personality or interest. For example, brown eyes, brown eyes, okay, run in my family. It means, you know, maybe we can say most of our family members have brown eyes. So you can also use it for appearance, not only character or personality. Well, tell me, for example, you want to talk about your future career, okay? You want to follow your mom's business, your dad's business, okay? For example, you can say, I want to take over my dad's business, take over, to follow, and follow in his footsteps. Follow in his footsteps is another idiom that you can use. Okay, it means I want to follow. So, for example, of course, you can use in present or past. So, for example, I want to, or I followed, for example, I followed in my mom's footsteps. Yeah, like take over, you know? I took over, or I take over, or I want to take over my mom's, for example, career, business. Another one. So this one is another idiom that you can use. And do you have any idea about, so let me ask you, maybe you know this. It means family is more important than friends. You know?
Yeah, I know that. Um, and yeah, I always been taught about that, and my mom like always keep reminding me about this.
Of course, I know, because it's important. Yeah, so blood, if you know something, you know, but at that moment, you can't remember how to say, as you know, it's on the tip of my tongue. So you know that we say this, it's like, you know, I know this, but I can't remember just now. Okay, so blood is thicker than water. So that's really important. So let me write, you know,
Oh, I know
blood,
this.
of course, you know, thicker than water. Family is more important than friends. Friends are water, family, blood. So, you know. Okay. Who earns money in your family? Dad, mom.
Um, yeah, my mom is the breadwinner of my
Good job. That was perfect. I wanted exactly this one. Yeah, of course. Your mom is bread, and that was really good. You know, this is a perfect answer. You know how to answer. So, yeah, of course. Or we have another one that was perfect. I love the first one. You can say she brings home the bacon. Again, earns money. So another one. So she brings home bacon. Earns the money. So that's really important. Okay. Well, let me see if you have another idiom that's okay. This one. Uh, have you ever felt like you really wanted to be on your own? just, you didn't want to talk to anyone, just, be on your own. So have you ever felt, like this? You needed
To be
maybe.
honest, I feel like it's like all the time, especially when we stay. There's some my grandma gets come to my house and sleep over for a few days. That is the hardest time for me because I really need time for my own, and I really like sleeping alone because I'm not that easy to sleep. So if there any sudden sounds or just a little bit light from the phone screen, for example, I just cannot sleep well. But
Yeah,
I have to handle that for a few days. So
yeah,
it's really, yeah.
I got it. Definitely so. I know that you really want to keep yourself to yourself. So this one is really good one. Keep yourself, of course, it's anyone, so you can change the subject. So keep yourself to yourself. You really need it. It means prefer to be on your own. Need to keep yourself to yourself most of the time. Well, okay. Well, it's for now, just I remember these, but later if I remember any other idioms, I will tell you. Just for when you want to, that we use keep in touch when you want to say contact with someone, so we know. But you can also get, be, stay. So all I want to say that all these words are usable. So don't worry about the use of different verbs. So keep, be, get, or for example, you can say stay, all them usable. Okay, and the last one, that's really important. Because we talked about getting on well, especially in family. For example, you get on extremely well with your mom. So very well. You can say, we get on like a house on fire. For example, you and your boyfriend, you and your husband, you and someone important in your life, okay? So you can get on like a house on fire. It means extremely well. Get on extremely well with someone. So this is another idiom that we can use. Okay, now speaking part two. So any questions related to this part, idioms and phrases that we just discussed? Move on.
Mm, uh, the phrase confined in, do the confine here, it's like a form of confidence or something
No,
related.
it's something that, no, confide in is different. Okay, it's different. This is a phrasal verb. Confide in. Okay, confide in, and after their object.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, part two. Let me write your cue card. Of course, it's about the family celebration that you attended. So let me erase this part, this writing section. Okay. Well, describe a family celebration that you attended. You say, where this celebration was held, why it was held, Watch the events. Okay.
Okay. I'm done with preparing.
Let's get started.
Yeah. So I'd like to tell you about a family celebration that I've recently attended, which was my grandmother's birthday, um, which is on February, a month ago. Um, um, so basically it's was on the day before everyone get back to work and school, during Tet holiday. So it was some last time. So we try to make use of the time to get together and enjoy some last moment, because we live kind of far away from the other siblings, aunts, uncles. So family celebrations is like a rare occasion for us to get together. Because of that, and in addition, my beloved cousin will have a really important university examination now, so we don't have much chance to do some chit chat or spend some quality time. So the last time I spent time with her, it was my grandma's birthday. So I really remember that time.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember myself really enjoying the last moment of a day off from school, as well as a day to enjoy with others in my families. So it's become an unforgettable memories in my mind, um, and I guess that it's a piece of memory that I always be delightful to whenever I think about it.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so let's talk about your answer. That was, first of all, that was like always, really good. Just, let's actually talk about it a bit more. Well, first of all, you said that I remember. So why we don't use it at the beginning? It was a memorable, actually, maybe, so you can say it was memorable event or celebration that you can talk about it. So first of all, and of course, you want to describe your feeling, like, state of being excited, happy, maybe, or something like so. Why we don't use some idioms? So one by one, let's get started. Okay, with the first part. So one of the if I were you, I would say one of the most memorable family events of my recent years. So one of the most memorable family events of recent years, for example. Okay, was, it's good to say, yeah, you say my grandma's birthday, that was, but if you add age, that would be great. For example, my grandma's, I don't know, like 80th birthday, okay? So it's not bad to add, but if you don't, it's okay. And well, you could answer the second part, why it was held, that was really good. And what you did, this one. Yeah, you talked about your family members. Just I made some notes here for you. So you said my uncle, and so why didn't you say extended family? It was a good chance to have a get together with my extended family. So of course, when you say extended family, we know that you mean uncle, aunt, cousin. So it's good too. Okay, so for example, my dad invited all of them, but you know, as you know, for example, we can't meet each other very often. I don't know, because they live maybe in different places so that we can't see them very often like this. And after that, but you didn't completely answer to what you did. So that was really, for example, if you booked a restaurant, okay, what happened? So for example, it was in your grand parents' house or somewhere else, hotel, okay. If you decorated or no, if you, for example, ordered something like meals and cake, so you didn't mention. That is really important to mention this part, so didn't discuss. And this third part, okay, explain the last one and explain why. So what you enjoyed about, yeah, having with family members, especially because, you know, or I don't know if you had any lovely meal, cake, dance. Okay, so it's good to explain. So what made you happy? You were really happy. So let's say, I want to say that, okay, for example, about feeling. You were excited, of course, because you could see your family members after a long time, like your extended family. So how to say? Okay, so you can say I was, let me write, I was bouncing off the walls. He's excited. This one. Or I was on the edge of my seat. These two idioms can be used as excited when you want to state your feeling, emotion. Of course, there are different ways, but you know, just two of them. And you know, when you want to say that I was happy, was I really happy because I could see my family members. So you know, the most common over the moon, you know, and I was on cloud nine. You know that. So these two. I was on cloud nine, or for example, over the moon, you know these two, so I'm not going to talk about them. But if something made you happy, so you became happy with something because of something. So another idiom, it made my day is really good. Yeah, it was really good day. It made my day. Okay, so you can say, after a long time, I really need it. You know, after a long time, I really need it. How to say? You can say, it was just what the doctor ordered. It was just what the doctor ordered. So it means it made you really happy. So these two idioms can be used as happy. Well, but totally, that was really good. Or for example, another one. It was just what I needed. Another one. So exactly the same as the second one. It was just what I needed. Oh, who's typing? Was just what I needed. Okay. Well, as I told you before, because you could answer perfectly, but maybe one part is was left. So if you talked about that part, that would be great. And just add, I don't want you to, I don't know, make lots of sentences using idioms. No, you don't need. This is natural IELTS speaking, so you don't need. Just maybe one or two, can make your answer perfect. Okay. Well, and now let's keep going with part 3. Okay, so my first question. Tell me, in what ways can people in a family be similar to each other? Let me help you. You can talk about appearance or personality, both of them.
Um, well, I get the most obvious one. It's based on their experience. Um, the children the children in any ways look the same with their mom and dad or even their grandparents for little details. And I guess the other one that runs in the family, it's the personality, because be- because we are in the same environment, so we are affected with with the same habits, the same way of thinking, and as well the way we behave. That's how people often the say that adults, uh, children, it's the mirror of the adults.
Yeah, very good. Well, first of all, you used verb like, look like. Common, the first one, maybe the first alternative that we normally use, but here we have different and better phrases that we can use. So the first one, the first verb, if someone looks exactly like, for example, your sister looks exactly like your mom. Very, okay, so I say exactly, so you can say spitting image. So you can say, my sister is the spitting image of my mom. But you want to say that I look like my dad, you can say, but I take after my dad. So both immediate and extended family members often have a lot of similarities. Now, for example, you say that, okay, I take after my dad, or for example, my sister um, looks after, like, for example, is spitting image of my mom, or me and my sister look alike. Look alike. You know that look like and look alike are different. So look like subject, look like object, another person, two people here. But look alike, me and my sister at the beginning look alike. So different forms. All are usable and you can use them. And you mentioned, okay, personality. That was really good. Specific trade, interest, as I told you, okay, the way that they behave, you said, and interest, the way that actually, I don't know, they like something or they don't like. As I told you, you can say often run, in the family. So often run in the family. The same interest, specific interest. So it's about personality. Now, if you want, you can do an example. For example, in my family, everyone likes being outdoor, doing some outdoor activities. So you can say, and particularly my older generation, my grandparents, they are big fans of nature. Like, why not? You can do an example here. So why do you think? Or, for example, my dad actually has um, ear for music. It's talented. My dad has an ear music, or I don't know, language, or some, you can use this idiom for language and for music. And I also, I think have talent. So for music or like this. So this way you can make your answer better. Okay, next one. In terms of personality, uh, are people influenced by their family or by the friends, you think?
Mm, I guess it depends on which one do they spend more time on. Because because um, on my based on my experience, um, based on my experience, normally high school students spend the whole day at school with their teachers and friends, classmates. So it's easy to take over somebody, especially their friends or their role model, someone that they want to be um, at school. So it's easily to take over a personality traits um, or some habits like that. Uh, but if um, but if ones who spend more time with their families, so they can easily influence on how they behave.
Yeah, okay, well, so, well, take over. Yeah, I think, yeah, you can say, but here I think take over, you need to find better alternative, you know? Because of course you can use this phrasal verb in many different maybe sentences, situations, but here, if it comes to job, career, you can use it like, you know, to become responsible or for example, to follow someone's. But here, because you are talking about, I don't know, some characteristics, it's better not to use this verb. So you can say follow, you can say, for example, I don't know, affected by, so it's okay. Influenced by, okay, but I don't know. This one is not really good. Maybe should we want here. Well, as of course, do you think, let me ask you another, do you think personality is mostly hereditary? It means it passes from parents to offsprings? So do you think yes?
Um, Not really. I always believe that environment and how we are raised made um, form our personality, because I have once read in the book that there's no child that born with negative or positive traits. They just raised to be like that. So speaking realistically, um, I get I get every child needs a guide from their adults, like um, parents or siblings around, to raise and form good personality.
Yeah, of course. So as I get, you mean social factors are as important as hereditary factors. So here we have two good words that you can use. The first one, hereditary, that is, you know, it passes from parents to offspring, and children is okay, but why not? You can also say offspring. Why not? Yeah, of course, means children. So because we avoid repeating the same word again, so why not? So you say we have some hereditary factors like genes, and we have social factors to be in an environment. of course, maybe. So I think it's quite complex. So of course, family background and having a stable family background. So here you can talk about family background. Having a stable family background is really important to have a normal personality. If you're raised in a normal family and you had a stable family background, of course, you can have a normal personality. So another one will family background. So of course it's really important, but at the same time, as for example, some children who had an unhappy childhood, so I don't know, some problems, some issues, will definitely actually have maybe more difficult adulthood. So I think maybe it's caused some mental, I don't know, issues or something like this. But as you said, yeah, I do agree with you. The environment that you grow up, you raise, of course, affect the way that you think and you behave. So I do agree with you. Okay. Well, just I want to say that just the last point here, I think having a good family uh, can lead us to have a deep character. So that is really important, you know, if we have a deep character or no. So that is really important. I think just this, but totally, I do agree with you. Well, and now, so, and you know, when, just here, when you have, you may not get the meaning of this, so that's really important. When you say deep, as you know, we have our deep character. It's something that was affected by by a family. So how we raised, okay? So this one, so we can say yes, of course, we can change. We can be adopted or adopt conditions, but maybe our deep character still remains the same. So we follow our maybe family factors. You know what I mean? Of course, it's my idea that you can use this way. And the last question of part 3. How has the role of elderly people in the family changed in recent times?
Um, to be honest, it's hard for me to say about the change because because I get based on my experience, there's no significant change in role of elderly in Vietnamese traditional families. I guess in many years, the elderly in our house um, often help parents to look after the offsprings and to help with some basic basic housework, um, and I guess that's all. I cannot think about anything else that elderly take responsibility for.
Of course, very good. So I do agree with you. So of course, it depends. Maybe, yeah, it's a bit different in different countries. Well, uh, and here you can use upbringing. And so it's a good word here that you can use it, upbringing. So for example, you can say that uh, maybe elderly people in family, especially you can talk about, for example, Vietnamese family, would certainly have played an important role in their upbringing. So what does it mean when the way that your parents, or for example, I don't know, your grandparents, okay, treat you, and the things that, they teach you when you're growing up. It's your upbringing. So, for example, you can use this like training. If I want to give you a good synonym, it's like training. They have a really important, maybe, role in uh, training and your upbringing, how you are growing up. So, of course, it's a bit maybe different for you because you think no, but nowadays maybe some old traditions, you know, have been changed. I don't know, maybe we can see that, such an important role in families. Normally they live another actually separate homes. So maybe in the past they used to live together as I know, but maybe they used to have significant effect, and especially taking care of children, but now of course they don't. So sometimes you can say still they may still look after the grandchildren, maybe. So look after another, like take care, is another phrasal verb that here you can use. Okay, my dear, so we discussed this topic in detail. Okay, I'm here to answer all your questions if you have any.
No, but can you scroll down so I can take a capture of the new words?
Here, scroll down. Is it okay now?
Mm, yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. Do you need me to scroll up or no?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, scroll up.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, very good. So nothing else? You don't need this part?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
already taken this. I've already
Okay,
taken this part.
very good. Okay, so that was really a good time, and it's really nice to see you again.
Yeah,
And
it's nice to see you again and
thank
learning a
you.
lot of new phrases. Thank you.
Welcome, and have a great time, fruitful day, and see you.
Yeah, see you again.
Of course.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye bye.